Hey nerds, Sage is here. I'm currently grinding up Inigo, and not because of the tier list thing that you probably see at the bottom there. That's many things, but also, you know, I figured, I need to level up at least one unit, and I also use it as an excuse to level up Elise, because she has Green Tome Valor thing. Anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the thing in the lower left that you're seeing right now on the page. And people have been asking me about this. They've sent so many pictures of it going, Sages, can you believe where they put Azura? Can you believe where they put Inigo? And yes, I can. I understand it. I get it. I definitely get it. I completely understand. That doesn't mean that I, of course, agree with it, but I do think I see a method to the madness that's going on here, and why people are freaking out over it, and why, you know, of course, why people may not agree with the tier list for many reasons. So yes, I know where they put Inigo, and I know where they put Azura. But here's the thing, I can kind of get it, because, well, green units right now, to better understand this, we need to understand the meta. And right now, there is definitely a certain meta going on. That meta, of course, is, well, to give you a better example, Reinhard is one unit that many people use a lot of. Reinhard is everywhere. He's in Tempest Trial, he's usually in Arena, in at least the lower tiers if you're doing them. And yeah, he's certainly a used unit that everyone likes to have and use because he's so powerful. Green units naturally have a bit of an advantage because, well, they can, you know, they can deal with him pretty well. Azura does have really good resistance and can probably tank him fairly decently, especially with Triangle Adept, things like that. Things that she already naturally has in her, you know, kit. But here's the thing. There's also another unit that many people use, and while we're talking about this, I'm going to try and get into another training tower. And, you know, people are gonna place that, you know, that certain unit up there as well, and that, of course, is our good friend Bravelyn that everyone got because, well, that's the unit everyone has. She was free. A lot of people got her for free from that, and, you know, I guess that's the best explanation I can give is, well, it's Bravelyn. Everyone's gonna use her. That's literally the reason why she exists, is because she was a free unit that almost everyone got, and because of that, well, you can kind of understand. But the thing is, Azura can't really deal with, you know, our good friend Bravelyn. The one thing that tome units have the advantage of course, is the fact that they have access to Raven tomes, which are a thing, and they exist, and they are a thing that continues to exist in this game, and that is something that is very, very useful, because it means that they can deal with pretty much any archer as long as they want to, you know, run it. With Triangle Adept, be it whatever, you can run, you know, a Raven Tome and deal with those pesky archers or anything like that, and since Bravelyn is such a big deal, I can definitely see why Inigo has value. Not only does he have access to, of course, the Raven Tome, he has access to Dance, which is also a very vital ability in, you know, the meta as well. Dancers are pretty highly valued, as you can see on this tier list. We're going to talk about something else that I'm going to just mention. So I can definitely see why Inigo is probably pretty high up on the list, and definitely something you would probably want to pick up. He's a pretty strong unit. He has access to Dance, and blah, 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 blah. But Azura also has access to that, and she has a very interesting weapon that could probably be used fairly well within the current meta. And people may disagree with me on that. They might say, well, why don't you just run Fortifies and Hones? And the simple fact is, well, I definitely see it as being more advantageous if you, you know, bring along her, because I still think eventually you're not going to be able to run all of the Fortifies and Hones, and if you're running on a Blade Tome unit, you know, maybe a horse unit that for some reason has Hones, I mean, well, not Hones, Goads, then you're probably going to be like, oh man, I should probably bring along Azura, maybe, you know, things like that. Or you might even forfeit your turn, who knows, later on, just to get the advantage over that. It's really hard for me to say, particularly, but that's just what I think. And I still think she's very highly placed and probably still the best dancer. I would still put her at S+, probably, with Inigo, but... or maybe even put both of them in S tier, because why not? But I don't necessarily see Inigo as being particularly above her. That's just my opinion on it. Agree, disagree, you know, it doesn't really matter. But here's where I'm actually having problems with the tier list, and that, of course, is mostly in the fact that for some reason Shigure is S tier, and I don't really understand that one. That's mostly because he's probably the worst stat unit in the game right now, at least when it comes to BST. Add to the fact that, honestly, you would probably want to run a different blue dancer than him, aka other Azura or other, you know, well, there's no other Ninian. So I don't really get the whole aspect of having Shigure there at S+. Olivia, you know, I still feel very odd feelings towards because of her whole, you know, I'm a dagger unit. I have a natural disadvantage due to my abilities with a dagger, things like that. But I still kind of see her being very, very useful in how she works. Mostly because she has the, you know, very good defense, the very good resistance, you know, the ability to deal with some mages potentially, things like that. I'm really bad at talking right now, partly because my attention's kind of being pulled away trying to level up Inigo, but still, nonetheless, I can definitely see why people would, you know, pick up Olivia as well. Not only that, people love Olivia. But, you know, my convictions with the dagger unit would probably just say, move Shigure down to A+, and put, you know, and keep Olivia at A+. But, you know, a lot of you were, like, asking me what I thought about this, and it's just, well, it's a tier list, guys. I mean, I can't really explain enough why exactly I could agree or disagree, but I can definitely see it. I mean, I do understand why people get, you know, frustrated with it or upset that their unit might not be strong there, blah-de-blah-de-blah, but honestly, I do see the reason for a lot of this. I don't necessarily agree with some of it, but, you know, Inigo can be a strong unit, mostly due to the fact that he does have the dances and things like that. I wouldn't put him S+, though, myself, but, you know, what have you. All in all, though, I still say Azura is the strongest unit you can get out of there. And the fact that Inigo is this strong on the tier list means maybe something there is to the... You know, there's something there to the method. And it's probably just mostly because he's strong anti-meta. You know, eventually we're going to get to the point where Reinhardt probably isn't a thing. And, you know, Bravelyn might not be a thing. Doubtful, but that's still something that might happen as time goes on. And eventually I don't see Inigo as being this strong. And I don't know. It's a really difficult one to say. Inigo's the only unit I currently have out of this, you know, whole summon banner. Kind of bitter about it. But, you know, it's really not worth worrying too much about the whole tier list thing. Because by the end of it, you're just mostly trying to figure out which unit you want to have from the, you know, the banner. And hey, if you're rolling for Azura and you get Inigo, at least you know that he can be somewhat reliable in dealing with the quote-unquote meta. I'm just gonna say that again, quote-unquote, but, you know, don't worry too much about it, seriously. I can definitely see his strengths and his advantages, and he definitely does have those. He's a strong unit, guys.
As you will.
So don't count him out, and I'm kind of glad that Inigo at least has that going for him. He's a strong unit. It's good because, you know, considering the fact that he's always wanted to be a dancer, I guess it makes sense that maybe it might be a strong dancer. Who knows? I don't know. This whole debate over this is so odd to me. It's just such an odd occasion. I'm really mad that I brought along a Ninian, but I can't even do dances with Inigo. Damn it! What am I thinking? Anyways. But, you know, you agree, disagree, whatever, what have you. It's really up to you. I definitely see the advantage, and I definitely can see the people arguing against it. But, Right now, the meta really focuses heavily on green units to try and counter that really annoying Reinhardt that might show up. Because if you have a solid green unit, you're good. That's the basic thing. But just as a reminder, Inigo is being placed a little bit higher than Nino because of that, which is really odd to me, considering he only just really has a dance, and chances are you might want to use that green unit again as a stronger attacker. I'm just saying, maybe run a different dancer, but I don't know. What do you guys think of that tier list change? Do you see them as this high? Who knows? I'm gonna go back to grinding now. Try to give you a better Inigo than I'm working on right now, because I figured why not see if I can't make him strong as I make him strong. We'll see how it goes. So for now, guys, I'm gonna hop off, and don't worry too much about tier lists, okay? Just saying. Anyways, catch you guys and nerds later.